Good. Oh, it's not morning for y'all, maybe. May or may not be. Good morning. I am at the gym, getting ready to get started. I am really behind in posting this week's training, so I apologize. It's been a busy week. I kind of mentioned the week before that I've had a ton of work, and we've actually had some very busy days at work. So trying to survive, staying recovered, getting nap. I am the nap king now. Just plan one every day with how much I work. I try to get one in at work if I can. Some days, yesterday, didn't even think about it. But some days I try to get one in even at work. I'm trying to keep them short because I don't like to feel groggy. But like today, I don't have anything going on that super like impending. So this afternoon we'll take a nap. Just come straight to the gym even though I'm a little tired. Like permanent bags under the eyes. But yeah, behind from last week's training, super busy week. But things are trending in the right direction. I cut out a ton. I put like one set of stuff because this video just got super long. I actually recorded a lot, I guess. And then some of the stuff I like cut the rest periods out of the clusters and whatnot. So things are trending. I'll talk over it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. All right, day one of this week. This would be week 3 of my current training block. 315 with weight releasers, and I'm intrigued what's going on here. Oh, there it goes. All right, so 3 sets of 5x1 with the weight releasers. I couldn't see them. So some of these reps, it shows, I guess, the way the camera angle is. You can't really see them falling off. It's because I have to, when I'm recording with the Tendo unit on there or the velocity unit, I can't do it horizontally like this video is. I have to do it vertically or it records sideways and it's stupid. But that's the only way I can also get my velocities and record. So after those were moving very well this day, and then I moved on to good mornings. So changing up how I'm doing the accessories. So this is it, and I left the pause in here, but what I'm doing now is kind of like a rest pause. So it was like 6 to 8 reps, a rest for like 3 to 5 breaths, and then another 3 reps, rest 3 to 5 breaths, another 3 reps if you feel it. I didn't record the rest of that day. Obviously a Firehouse day, I actually think I got through both those before I did accessories. Then I got some cool feedback on some of the plyos. People were interested. This is one of those that was mentally hard. This is 2 jumps forward, 1 jump back on 1 foot. And you can't see a lot of the variations here. I just tried to speed them up because it was a lot. Like I said, this was a very long video. But I've been doing this plyometrics twice a week, hitting these. And this is the hopscotch one, another one that's mentally kind of hard. And so what these plyos do is they go off of right now I'm doing a light to medium and deep tier. And so it's tiered. It's all about like depth of knee bend realistically, which obviously changes your ground contact time. This one was very mentally tough too, and I laughed at myself and got off at the end. So this day was the day I had intended to do a lot of different stuff, but life gets in the way, things come up, things change. I didn't get in as much throwing as I thought I was going to. Actually, I don't think I did any throwing on this day. Weather and yada yada. But snatches are continuing to improve. This was 90 kilos, 3 sets of 5x1 of the hang power snatch. I was feeling a little rough in the shoulders this day. You see a lot of them tend to step forward. I don't feel like I could really finish them. I stepped forward almost every rep. I was not really getting a finish. I feel like it was my shoulders. Couple shirt changes on the day, and I had to make up for it, and this is how my schedule just has to wrap around. I moved right into 3 sets of 5x1 on the power clean. That's 107 kilos. So having to adjust and move some lifts around. I think this week I actually power cleaned twice within the week, but that's because I had to make up these and then making some adjustments and get my second cleans in later in the week. Then accessory work on the day, I've been pushing the step ups. I'm doing a lot of unilateral work as the accessory work, trying to get this left quad and left leg back working. So I dropped the box height a little bit and I've increased the load. I still feel that deficit on the left leg. It's not as bad. So week 4, we'll probably go back up a higher box and lighten the weight up again. And we're trying to just play with different box heights and different weights and loads. And here I've been hitting these single leg back extensions. Like I said in previous weeks, I've still felt this little pull in my glute hamstring. I don't know if it's a full sciatic issue, but it's not as bad. Some days it's bad, some days it's not. I got to make an adjustment and figure out what I'm going to do. I've been trying to do sumo pulls for this block, but I've actually been feeling that glute and hamstring really bad on sumos. So got some throwing in a different firehouse. Now, obviously, I'm not going to throw hammer. This is just, I did a bunch of winds to start. Did some 10 winds or 8 winds or something like that. This is just like, I think a 12 or 15, this is probably like 12-pound hammer. Just getting it in. So then I had shot put this day, aka stone throw, kind of included some of the warm-ups. And I was like, this is feeling okay. That's where this was probably the day that the left leg kind of clicked, where I was like, okay, my left quad might be coming back. So did some stand throws, then did some wheel drills, and eventually here, my station captain, Cap Maxwell, came out, and he was fetching for me, which is kind of nice, kind of speeds up things, but also made things, got a little sweatier because I was working a little faster. But hit some wheel drills just to try to feel things again. Hadn't done them in a while, and then I didn't know what to expect with these opens or my South Africans, and they went really good for what I expected this day. And since they were going good, I took a couple more than I really intended. I just kind of wanted to knock the rust off, and then I think I popped one out. I want to say 46 feet was my best on the day, which I think it's the last one is out there. 46, I think, and I'll share that distance because that's coming back for me. And then I pulled some sheaf after I finished that. This is a 16-pound bag that's just fucking demolished, pardon my language. You'll watch some of the stuffing come out on some of the throws. And this is just trying to, my problem with this left leg is I'm not up through it. So I hit a lot of bottoms up throws first, trying to drive through that left leg and not fall off to my right side. You kind of watch my head position is over my right leg. Because of my left leg lately, I've been falling way off to my right, trying to find some sort of power. And so these are all kind of lined up, trying to drive through the left. It's hard. It's a hard cue for me. I've never really thought about it before. So you can see that one. As soon as I went to a full throw, head kind of shifts a little bit further back. I'd like to be more even, kind of head in the middle. I've always kind of shifted back, but I feel like it's worse now. So not a ton of full throws, just really worked. I think it was like 15 or 20 bottoms up. And I think I only took like 3. So you see my feet moving and stuff like that, and it's subpar. Then went in, had dinner and whatnot, and then got my benching in later. I think this was after. I absolutely hated this bench. I'll never bench on this bench again. I cut it down to singles because my wrists were feeling janky. I think I eventually got wrist wraps out on the next sets. But also this bench, like the seat moved way too much. Yeah, this was after dinner because then I went up and hit deadlifts. And these were 5 sets, or I was supposed to do 2 sets of 5 doubles. And I went 1 set of 5 doubles and then 2 sets of 5 singles on my clusters. And it's at 370 and shouldn't be, well, one, looking at it technical wise, my position's pretty bad, but also just like the feeling in my glute and hamstring was terrible. Hard-headed, kind of pushed through it. Didn't expect it to feel this bad. Part of it, shitty platform, shitty barbell, and I feel like my feet want to be a little wider, but I was scared of crunching my toes, and then hit my bench and such. So I had to move the deadlifts around. And this is the bent over row. Same thing as the good morning accessory of 8 reps, rest pause, like 3 or 5 breaths. You'll see me stop, take a breather for a second here, and then go back into it. I think there's another training day after this, but this was a pretty solid training day. This was definitely back to back with that last lift day. I worked all over the place. I did take 1 full day completely off, but it was also a very long day at work. There was another day where I did like some upper body fluff stuff that I didn't record a single thing. Doesn't matter. It's like upper body. It's just trying to go in and move for 30 minutes, get some blood flowing. But yeah, core work's been going pretty good. This has been something I've starting to work back into. This is my version of standing ab wheel. Ask me why I know to put that pad there under my knees, because I've dropped and smacked my knees before. So they do touch. It's not a perfect standing one, but let me tell you, a lot harder than on your knees. So this is a way that I kind of start progressing and start moving up in that one. And then I actually threw this in here because my shoulders, I mentioned in those snatches, shoulders have been feeling janky. Shoulders have actually been really janky. I think it's from sleeping on these mattresses, sleeping on my sides. My shoulders have felt beat up. Mobility's felt poor. So I've been trying to throw little bits of that in, and this is just like extra stuff in between my core work. And then I saw this one, and I tried it, once again, throwing darts at a dartboard, trying to get that left leg firing. So I'm holding a 20-pound dumbbell and just hopping on one leg. I think it was like 20 or 25 hops. I kind of liked it. Was a different like load, adding that little extra load. I gave you plyo day 2. So you'll notice some of the stuff's the same, kind of the same. Some of the stuff's kind of different. This is the shallow knee bend stuff, and I work into deeper knee bend stuff as we go. The variety is very interesting. Here's some bounding. So it's kind of sprint related as well. But once again, I said sped most of the stuff up. This workout was a pretty good workout as well. I remember I started shirt off, then went shirt on. It was very hot that day. It's still been pretty hot. I know most people have had pretty hot days lately. But this was a very good training week. This was where another one, these skater jumps really gave my head something to wrap around that, like, oh, if I can do these now, 6 weeks ago when I did those skater jumps, I about killed myself dropping that clean funny. On those skater jumps a couple weeks ago, I couldn't land on my left leg without feeling like I was going to crumble to the ground. So that absolutely shows progression. These cleans were moving so-so on the day. They weren't amazing. Once again, this is where sometimes fatigue catches up to me. And it's tough. It's tough managing it, and that's one of the hardest things I have to manage. I absolutely loved going back to the jerk blocks for push press. And this is the last part of this video, but this makes it so much nicer on my shoulders to just be able to drop the damn bar. I will be doing my push presses and hopefully soon shift to jerks like this in the future. So if you got to this far, hope you guys are liking this stuff. Hope you like me talking over it, kind of teaching you about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And yeah, obviously next week's content coming real soon.